The one time I step away from my computer during starting soon is when it's the most active. Let me replay that alert. Thank you so much for the 19 months was Prime. Let's go. And also, yes, Matt, you are May. You are May. No, it's not a good thing. I'm playing. I'm still at uni though. Hey, better than her. Better than how she's doing, right? Yeah. Alright, we're back with Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. We beat the first game after many months. Way too long. Oh, I didn't pause the music. So silly. I look up to all you adults as mature role models, so technically it's your fault. Hey. What do you mean? I'm a fantastic role model. I'm so excited. I've heard that this game's even better than the first one. And I really like the first one. So I'm very excited. I've heard it's like one of the best Ace Attorney games is Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And this collection is the only time it's had a Western release and a proper English translation. So that's very fun. Very fun. Very excited. So excited. Let's hop right on into it. Bow. Yes, turnabout trigger. Oh boy. I wonder what the murder weapon will be in this one. I'm so ready for my Edgeworth. For my Edgeworth. He's your Edgeworth now. Ooh. Here he comes. The presidential plane descends from the western sky. It's making its final approach and lands right on Gourd Lake. Not Gourd Lake. I'm like Wendy. Oh gosh. Just listen to that crowd. Welcome, Zhang Fa. Welcome, Mr. President. Okay. And now, sir, your audience awaits. Wow, look at the animation. Honored friends and allies, I am here today to deliver a message. The odious criminals that died thanks to the prosecutor's office of your great country. Oh no. Not an assassination. You have our most heartfelt gratitude. However, friends, do not forget the battle against evil rages on. Here today I make you this solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with the righteous hammer. They speak so fast. Way too fast. Oh no! Call the prosecutor's office. Get Miles Edgeworth here right away. If anyone can solve this, he can. Oh my god, that's the picture! I can't look at that picture the same. I cannot. Yo, that's tomorrow! Wow, look at the animation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's literally tomorrow. March 25th, 2:46 p.m. Gourd Lake Spectator Area. So this is not that long after all the events of the first game. This is like a couple weeks later. They fancy. The news must be halfway around the world already. After all, it's not every day an attempt is made on the life of a nation's president. Ooh. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor. I came as soon as I got the call. I came as soon as I heard. The moment the phone rang, I knew it was serious. So serious. Mr. Edgeworth! This is Detective Gumshoe. I forget his name every game. Didn't realize the game was so god of an issue. Woo! Thank goodness you're here, sir. This is Detective. Yeah, this is Dick Gumshoe, a detective with the local precinct. He's the one usually assigned to my cases. How is the president, detective? We still don't know, Mr. Edgeworth. The medics just boarded the plane a few minutes ago. I see. I hope he's all right. Then I suppose you'd better show me the scene of the crime instead. Right away, sir. Hey! I said hey! Yeah, you! Ruffles! Oh. Yeah, you! Ruffles! Who's that? A new character? She did it. She's the killer. You're the prosecutor in charge of this here case, ain't ya? Want to give me your first impressions? Anything strike y'all as odd? No comment. Detective Gumshoe with me. Come on now, Mr. Prosecutor. Don't be like that. Mr. Edgeworth, wait for me. Major forehead alert. Now, detective, I'll need the facts of the case in as much detail as you can give me. Oh my god. He's got pointed ears. This guy's a werewolf. Well, the scene was right here at Gourd Lake, as you already know. A bunch of people were gathered to welcome the president of Zhangfa. Dijun Wang. Yes, I read about his visit. It's been all over the news for days now. Special report about President Dijun Wang. Isn't that the lion guy? It's Will Powers! Oh my god, it's him! That's why they have a Steel Samurai statue on the side of the stage. It's him! It was raining until just before he landed. Luckily it let up and he went on stage as planned. And then smack dab in the middle of his speech, bang! A gun goes off and everybody runs for cover, terrified for their lives. Apparently. Apparently. Oh, yeah. Truth is, I only just showed up myself. I don't know a whole lot more than you do, sir. You were summoned on short notice as well. Sure was. Right in the middle of my day off. I was at the office taking advantage of the peace and quiet to prepare for my next case. And then the boss himself calls you to the scene. Never a dull moment, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? The boss? Yeah, Chief Prosecutor was right here in the park, saw the whole thing. First chance he got, he yelled at the top of his lungs. Get me Edgeworth right away. He's the only man for the job. Something like that. I see. Oh, they cordoned the perimeter of the park off as soon as it happened. You'll be happy to know. It was totally Chief Prosecutor. So our would-be assassin is still here somewhere? Good. It's me, isn't it, sir? I did it. All you gotta do is find him in the middle of that crowd before they strike again. Okay, well, let's see which of them has the most details. It's probably one of them. You're right. We don't know what else our culprit might be planning. These people are in danger. We don't have a moment to lose. Oh. Let's begin with the basics.
Hey.
And search every inch of the crime scene for clues, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Precisely. The president was shot at, which means a gun was involved. That's our first clue. Okay. Alright, duly noted. Detective Gumshoe, how exactly was the security detail surrounding the president's speech organized? Well, sir, our officers were mainly focused on securing the perimeter of the park. The president's people took charge of the rest. He has his own team of bodyguards. See those guys over there? Maybe we should ask them a few questions? Yes, I see. If I want to talk with them, I'll need to walk over and press X. Can I help you? You're one of the president's bodyguards, correct? Could you tell me how his security detail was arranged during this speech? 2 of us senior operatives were attached to the president. The rest secured the stage. This isn't our first rodeo. Anything suspicious in that crowd and we would have spotted it right away.
Thank you for the hydrate.
I see. So the president's security was tightly orchestrated for the duration of his speech. President security detail was on the watch throughout for anything suspect. Okay. Let's investigate further. We should speak with other witnesses and continue to look over the crime scene. We can't afford to leave any stone unturned. So that's how y'all go about it, huh? Sure is something seeing the pros at work. Care to share a little about what happens to that information once you got a hold of it? Bystanders. This one seems persistent, but I can't afford to get distracted. She's the killer. She's the killer. Hey, Ruffles. I asked you a question, dang it. What happens next? Well, we put all the information together and try to find connections, right, sir? Detective. Oh, don't be so hard on the poor guy. So, connections, you say? And what next? Well, I guess you'd say we connect the dots. Connect one piece of Whoa, I'm sorry, I got your accent. It's the lot of heart in me. Well, I guess you'd say we connect the dots. Connect one piece of information to another. It's Mr. Edgeworth's forte. He's a logic master. I can view what information I have with L1 and then connect them with triangle. Lot of heart mention. I should try it now. Just a quick press of L1 and we'll be off on the path of logic. Okay.
I wonder if these pieces go together. Whoa!
Despite the president's tight security, the perpetrators still managed to carry out their attack. Completely undetected by a contingent of highly trained bodyguards, no less. No mean feat. This would have taken some serious planning. In other words, the assassination attempt was also certainly premeditated. What? An assassination was premeditated? Crazy. What? It wasn't just a spur of the moment? Well, I guess I'll shoot this guy. That's the stuff, Mr. Edgeworth. The old logic never fails, huh? No freaking way. Indeed. All we need to do is find the right clues, then make the right connections between them.
La 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 la.
Make the wrong connections, however, and we'll only wind up further away from the truth. Which means I must make well-reasoned connections if I intend to draw logical conclusions. Begin investigation. Let's get this investigation started. Try to examine anything that looks suspicious. Alright, let's examine Gumshoe. To examine things, I simply need to walk up to them and press X. And if I wish to speak with the detective, I should use triangle. Yes, sir? Did you do it? You're the most suspicious thing here. Well, the rain stopped and it was falling right up until the president got here. Even the mist has lifted, barely a cloud in the sky. You sound disappointed, detective. I was supposed to be fishing, right here on this lake, in fact, and the big ones only come out when it's wet. But the park was sealed off for the president's visit. No regular use allowed, you know the rules. Nothing regular about reeling in a whopper, sir. This was gonna be special. I fear our ideas of special might be rather difficult. Irreconcilably and so, in fact. This is what he thinks about at a time like this.
How do I investigate? I've never played this game before.
Detective Gumshoe, you remember how to properly conduct an investigation, don't you? Sure I do, sir. First you gotta gather information, all the intel you can. Examine every nook and cranny. He said the thing. Talk to every single witness. Both of which I can do with X. Sorry. Something came over me. I thought it was on an Xbox controller for a moment. And if you get the chance, ask him about the evidence. Which means diving into your organizer and presenting it to him. I can open my organizer with R1. And present evidence with triangle. I've been with you a while, Mr. Edgeworth. I'd know this stuff by now. Yes, you ought to. So the president had a nasty surprise while he was giving his speech. Same thing happened to me when I was a kid. I'm sorry, Gumshoe? I'm sorry you were almost assassinated as a child? Same thing happened to me when I was a kid, right in the middle of a public speaking contest. There I was, yammering away, when all of a sudden, earthquake almost jumped out of my skin. Oh, okay. That sounds terrifying. Oh, even the word earthquake makes me queasy. Thanks, Edgeworth, for reminding us about your trauma. What? You were listening, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were ignoring my little aside like always. Oh. How's it going? Is the president okay? We're not at liberty to share that information with local law enforcement. Okay. What'd you just say to him? You let us on that plane, pal. You just might regret it. Sorry, I can't let you do that. Oh, no one respects the badge anymore. I suppose this is something of an international incident. All the more reason to find the killer as soon as we possibly can. Killer? So, you're assuming he's dead. It's assassin. No. No! Not the Steel Samurai! No! I was as surprised as you, sir, but there's no mistaking it. They killed the Steel Samurai! It's the Steel Samurai. That's 2 for 2 with Miles Edgeworth games, having the Steel Samurai mentioned. Oh, Miles Edgeworth. It's the Steel Samurai. If he's dead, then everyone's acting a lot more calmer than they should be in this situation. The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo. It's a popular TV show. Old, young, it doesn't matter. Oh, Edgeworth's inner dialogue. It truly has something for everyone. Beats me why they had a steel samurai balloon at a welcome party for a foreign president. It is a little odd. Although, now that I think about it, what better hero to represent our nation? I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Well, there's a bullet hole through the flag. It's the flag of Zheng Fa. The key motive is a blazing red phoenix. Oh! He said it! He said it! Now he needs to start his next sentence with the word right. He's gotta comment on the fact that it's a phoenix, right? Oh! I did it by accident. Oh, man. Wait, what's this? Something the matter, sir? You don't see it, detective? There's something unusual about this flag. It reminds me of this man. That man, sir? That man. Compare it with the one on the other side of the stage, if you will. Oh, that's a beauty right there. Just look at it flapping in the wind. It's immaculate. Exactly, which is how a flag should look. But this one's got a hole in it. And yet here we see quite a different picture. One thing in particular stands out, don't you think? Right, of course. I give up. Come on, spill the beans. You can lead a horse to water. I'll just have to move the cursor to the problematic spot and highlight the difference with triangle. Okay, there's a bullet hole in it. Or some kind of hole. I'm guessing bullet hole. Look closely. Do you see the hole? Oh, look at that. You're right, sir. And note the And note the burn marks around the edges. Burn marks, sir? What are those? That's a bullet hole. There's no mistake in it. We should talk for 20 minutes about gunpowder burns, sir. I think that'll be fun entertainment. I think so, too. A bullet hole? So you're saying a bullet went through this flag? Located to the right of the stage, pierced by a bullet. Okay. So he was either shot at from somebody in the crowd on the right, or somebody on the stage from the left. It depends. Breaks your heart, don't it? It does. What villainy could have befallen him? Witnesses said he popped right about when the gun went off, so he okay. He got shot by the bullet. Which would strongly suggest that a bullet struck the balloon. Popped the moment the gun went off, pierced by a bullet? Question mark? Looks like we got a case of cold-blooded samurai murder on our hands. This is sacrilege. Why is Edgeworth extra fanboy this game? I won't rest until the culprit has been apprehended. Detective, we cannot let this vile assassin escape. We won't, sir. You can count on it. Started out floating to the right of the lakeside stage, but has since been popped. Okay. I think I've gathered enough information for the moment. Time to put the pieces together and see what we can figure out. Okay. But the flowers... These flowers are in full bloom. They look exotic, but I don't know this species. My favorite flowers are maybe... roses? Yeah, roses and lilies. Roses make me think of weddings. Ah, the romance. And lilies, well, that's funerals, I guess. Sad, but part of life, you know? It's no coincidence that both types of occasions tend to feature a free buffet, I imagine. I could see, I could see Gumshoe crashing people's funerals just for the free buffet. Come on, sir, that's not fair. You know it's true. Oh. Is that everything? Oh. Okay. The fabric looks pretty fancy, I guess. Must have been expensive. Even more expensive than the drapes in your office, huh, sir? The price of my drapes is neither here nor there, detective. I am concerned with rather more important matters. For example, compare this flag to the one on the other side of the stage. Whoa! Look closely. Do you see the hole? No, the burn marks around the edges. That's a bullet hole. There's no mistaking it. A bullet hole? That's crazy. A bullet? Yeah, crazy. Okay. Okay. There is a bullet hole in the flag, and it seems highly likely the balloon was popped by a bullet too. Which means 2 shots were fired, right, sir? Possibly even 3. The president was shot as well, remember. Equally, the hole in the flag and the hole in the balloon could have been made by the same bullet. What we need to know is how many gunshots there were. Okay, then just ask. That's it. We got our investigation done. Alright, on with the Oh. Ruffles! Ruffles! Y'all figured something out, huh? Care to share? Who exactly is she, and why does she keep shouting at us? Rubbernecker, I guess. Seems pretty interested in the case. Come on, give me something here. No. We do need to speak with some witnesses to find out how many gunshots there were. Fine, let's see if she can tell us anything. There y'all are. Tabby Lloyd. Oh my gosh. That's cute. Tabby Lloyd, at your service. I'm looking into the case for, well, just for me right now, but... Looking into the case? Miss Lloyd, was it? Miss Lloyd, there's something I'd like to ask you. Well, what can you tell me? Any exclusive details you want to share? No. How about the perp? Have they made any demands? What about them there ruffles? Where does a feller buy a cravat like that? Will you be quiet for a moment? I will be asking the questions here. What is with Gourd Lake and attracting Southern reporters? Why is that a thing? Dang. And here I thought I could get me something juicy for my piece. I need to know about the shooting. Can you tell me how many gunshots you heard? Why, I most certainly cannot. I beg your pardon. I can't just be handing out leads for free. That stuff's my livelihood. Then I'll go ask one of the 30,000 other people that was a witness. I don't need to... I'm not paying you for information. Edgeworth, we're not paying you for information. We can get that information from literally the bodyguards. Aw, come on. Don't hold out on us. We all gotta share sometimes. Me? Hold out on you? Well, if y'all are gonna be like that, I'll be moving right along. Goodbye. Well, wait. Wait for what exactly, huh? Huh? If you got nothing for me, I'm gone. Oh, we're fresh out of moves here. Out of moves, I wouldn't be so sure. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? As you know, detective, I like to play a little chess. New mechanic! New game mechanic! And what does one do in chess when an opponent adopts a defensive position? Oh my god, I'm finally gonna learn how to play the mind chess. I don't know anything about the mind chess, I just know it's a feature. Why, the board offers a number of options, but some are more effective than others. Oh, sorry, sir, but this is all going way over my head. No matter how impenetrable an opponent's defense may seem, it can always be overcome. Watch and learn, detective, as I shatter my opponent's resolve with the power of words. Words! When attempting to draw out an entrenched opponent, one must employ certain tactics. Let us picture the board and see if we can anticipate our adversary's next move. Ooh! Mind chess! Now we must analyze the state of play. Y'all ain't getting nothing out of me. Not until you give me something in return. My opponent has dug herself in deep. Her defenses won't be easily broken. But I can't afford to help her patience by taking too long to plot my next move. In other words, I must be conscious not just of my strategy, but also of the passing of time. That said, I can't afford to waste words either. In fact, it could pay dividends not to. If my opponent gets too agitated, if you're fixin' to ask me something, will you dang well ask it already? I may be able to gain a tactical advantage by calmly biding my time. Then, when I see a crack in my opponent's armor, I pounce. I should begin by finding out what it is that she does. Alright, time to make my opening gambit. Mind chess! What is it you do? Find out what she does for a living. Oh. Why don't you begin by telling me about what is it that you do? Sure, or I could totally not do that. Think I don't know when to keep my mouth shut? That's my job. Is it now? So you do something you won't or can't tell anybody about. You know what? Shut up! I ain't no lawbreaker if that's what you're insinuating. Ooh. I'm a law-abiding, everyday citizen, and you got no reason to say otherwise. Forgive me. I meant nothing by it. If it's something you can't tell me about, I imagine it must be very important work indeed. Well, sure, I guess. Leastways, it will be once I bag me my first big scoop. I see. It's a scoop you're after. So you're a journalist, is that correct? Dang. Sure. I'm your friendly neighborhood reporter, if it wasn't obvious. The hungriest cub on the beat. That's the mystery of what she does for a living solved. Perhaps our hungry young cub has gathered information vital to the case. Let's make that our next line of inquiry. Okay. With the opening moves concluded, the mid-game approaches. What else does she have to tell us? Where's the record of your reporting? Were you at the scene of the crime? Okay, were you at the scene of the crime? At the time of the incident, were you present at the scene of the crime? Come on now, Ruffles, you ain't gonna give little old Tabby something first. Absolutely not. Then I ain't giving you nothing neither. You think I'm a sucker? Think again. Okay, let's... Oh. I didn't mean to hit that so fast. Ocean Man. Come on, this is my career we're talking about here. You gotta give me something. I left to go send suggestive Instagram reels to my friend, but I'm back. Oh, goodness. Sadly, the more you know, the more you might find yourself in danger. Whoa, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh background. We're about to duel Seto Kaiba. I ain't scared. I'm a pro. Takes more in the sound of a little gunfire to faze me. You may be a pro, as you put it, but I'd say you're still a little wet behind the ears. You say you heard gunfire, which proves you were here at the time of the crime. Therefore, you must have seen something. Double dang. Fine, I was here. I saw it. Came to report on the big speech, wound up reporting on a shooting. And you won't get no more out of me than that. I'm done with your tricks, Ruffles. If she came to report on the event, she must have a record of some kind. A record I would very much like to get my hands on. This is quite the clue as to where to take the conversation next. Okay, well then, Where's the record? You're a reporter, which means you must have been making a record of some kind. You got more questions you gotta give me. You got more questions, you gotta give me something first. That's the deal. I am not in the habit of making deals. Now tell me what I need to know. Sorry, Ruffles. Can't help you. Time to deploy my clue. Oh, okay. Oh! No self-respecting reporter would leave the house without a means of putting things on the record. If we go against, like the big bad, are we gonna have to go against, like, their queens and stuff? And kings. So tell me, Miss Lloyd, where is yours? Woo! Of course I made a record. I told you I'm a pro. Dang near. Are we gonna go at it with kings and queens is what I meant. Of course I made a record. I told you I'm a pro. Dang near wore my shoes out and ran around on this one. Which is why I'm not about to just hand it over to the first person who asks me. I'm not just anyone, young lady. I am the prosecutor in charge of this case. Don't you young lady me, you ain't getting it, no matter how many times you ask. You understand, don't you, Ruffles? It ain't nothing personal. I understand that your job is a difficult one. You do? Well, ain't that sweet. And in such a competitive field, you must sometimes doubt that you'll ever succeed. No, I'll go plenty far, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Just as long as I got my trusty tape recorder, I'll always be ready to nab me a scoop. Oh no. Not the time. Not the time. For my controller to die. Intriguing. A young reporter hungry for success. So dedicated to her craft that to leave such an important event unrecorded would be unthinkable. And indeed, she did not. She committed the entire event to tape. Boom! Got her queen. Oh, dang it. This is my scoop you're messing with, my big break. Fine, sure. I recorded the whole darn thing. It's all right here. You got me, okay? Checkmate. Ayy.
Got an achievement.
You're something else, Ruffles. I was trying to be all strong and silent, but you had me singing like a canary. Never mind that. Now play us the tape. This should finally tell us how many shots were fired. There was 44 shots. Fine. You can hear it, but I got conditions. You played me like a fiddle, Ruffles. Only the chief ever played me so good. So you gotta agree to be chief number 2 and be mentor to a rising star, aka me. Chief number 2, huh? Kinda like a second parent. That's a big responsibility, sir. And one more thing. I want exclusive reporting rights for the first 24 hours. Damn. Oh. Come on, you gotta say yes. What kind of mentor wouldn't give his star pupil the exclusive, huh? She's a difficult woman to refuse, and I need to hear that recording. 24 hours is more than I can promise, but the story's yours until the case is solved. And the job of chief number 2? I think not. Oh, you're no fun. But I guess a girl can't have everything. All for the sake of the scoop, huh? Alright, you got yourself a deal. I got exclusive access starting right this second, Ruffles. Good. Then our first order of business is to listen to that tape. Edgeworth, you're so mean. Honored friends and allies, I am here today to deliver a message. The odious criminals that dogged my beloved nation are no more. The president's speech. Kashak. The president passionately addresses the assembled crowd, as if trying to shake off the reports of his declining popularity by sheer force of will. By sheer force of will. There's me. Can't beat a little live commentary to set the scene. The meeting is scheduled for just after the speech, correct? He seems pretty pleased to be able to put the whole Yatagarasu situation behind him. As well, he should be. This is a great day for all of us. Imagine having played this game without playing the first one. Imagine how lost you would be. Like, who's the Yatagarasu? What's Zhangfa? What's Edgeworth been up to? Whose voices are these? Oh, there were two old guys standing right in front of me. Okay. They were whispering away to each other the whole darn time. I know their voices from somewhere. Wait, the part where the gun goes off is right after this. The voices. The president thrusts his fist into the air as the excitement reaches fever pitch. The battle against evil rages on. Here today I make you this solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked... Oh. The battle against evil rages on. Here today I make you this solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with the righteous hammer of justice. 2 shots, okay. What the... Okay, it's 2 shots. Recording of the president's speech, 2 gunshots can clearly be heard. So 2 shots were fired. Yep. And that tells us something? They killed the Steel Samurai. Something very important indeed. It allows us to deduce the trajectory of one of our bullets. I bet you it was the bodyguards. One of them shot the Steel Samurai, the other shot the president. Makes sense. Makes sense how they could get guns in here too. Something very important indeed. It allows us to deduce the trajectory of one of our bullets. Of the 2 shots fired, 1 hit the president, which means the other must have passed through both the flag and the balloon, in that order. Which, as you can see, allows us to deduce the position of our shooter. The only possible place from which a bullet could have been fired through the flag and into the balloon is... here. Drawing a line between the flag and the balloon gives us a trajectory of one of our bullets, and places our shooter on the left-hand side of the spectator area. Extrapolations from the bullet trajectory suggest that the 2 shots were fired from the left side of the spectator area. You're a genius, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, I'll need to examine the left side of the spectator area. Roger that, sir. So you, need me to clear all those people out of the way, I guess? One of them's the killer. I do. And what evidence remains to be found may already be deteriorating. So I'll need you to be quick about it. Yes, sir. Chief! Hey, I'm talking to you, Chief. I suppose you mean me, Miss Lloyd. One sec. Miss Lloyd. I suppose you mean me, Miss Lloyd. 2 L's. I surely do. You gotta let me help out. This stuff's my forte. I'm the best crowd herder you ever did see. I'll prod, pummel, and push 'em wherever you like. A very kind offer, but I think a less hands-on approach might be preferable. Also, about this chief business, I am nobody's chief. Whatever you say, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Your wish is my command. I somehow doubt that. Okay. Here you go, sir. It's all ready for you. Miss Lloyd here cleared everybody out just like that. You should have seen it. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. The chief, my other chief that is, she sends them running twice as quick. Oh my god, Winston Payne. Wouldn't it be... I love how they shoehorn Winston Payne into every single tutorial case. Somehow. No matter, even if we're not in court, they put him in somehow. And I respect it. I respect it. They're consistent. She sounds like quite a formidable character. Perhaps I should go easier on the poor girl. Thank you, but you really shouldn't have. All that running around. You will always be there. Your clothes are covered in mud. Allow me to pay for the cleaning. It's the least I can do. Huh? You mean my jacket? Oh, don't you be worrying your pretty little head about that. It's reversible. All you gotta do is switch it around and alakazam. No more dirt. On the outside, perhaps, but you'd still have something of a problem with the inside. We're ready to get back to the investigation whenever you are, sir. The crowd has trampled the entire area. We'll be lucky to find any traces of our shooter at all. Okay. Yeah, okay, we gotta talk to him. Well, this is quite the situation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Their ancestor. Who is he again? It's Payne, Mr. Edgeworth. Winston Payne. We work together at the prosecutor's office. He's a prosecutor? What brings you here today, Mr. Payne? What indeed? Why, only the invitation of the chief prosecutor himself. His voice. I recognize it from the tape recording. Was he one of the men who was standing in front of Miss Lloyd? Oh my god, no, not Winston Payne. This is why he doesn't show up in the Apollo Justice games, because he gets arrested here. He's the killer. Was he one of the men who was standing in front of Miss Lloyd? And where is the chief prosecutor? He had to leave, I'm afraid. He's a busy man. They let him, and only him, out through the cordon. Okay, is he the killer? Like... So he had me summoned on short notice and then left before I even showed up? Is the second voice his brother? It's gonna be... rude. You even gotta pick through the trash yourself? A prosecutor's life ain't easy, huh? Detective Gumshoe. I'm gonna make him do it. Right away, sir. The faithful detective scrabbles through the garbage as the prosecutor looks on, his hands unblemished. Let's see now. Come to Papa, little treasures. Is he enjoying himself? Bingo! A popsicle stick. Gotta love the jokes they put on these. Detective? Sorry, sir. Relevant evidence. Relevant evidence. Huh? I think we got something. Good work, detective. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Pipe. By examining a piece of evidence from all angles, we can uncover hidden details. We sure can. Just tell me which way you want it, sir. We can rotate the item with right stick. If you want, I can move it closer or further away too. I can use L1 to examine an object up close and R1 to move out for the bigger picture. When you spot something, just say the word. You can point out suspicious areas with the cursor and press X to inspect them more closely. Alright, let's see what we can discover. What a great relationship they have. The best. Oh, found the weapon. And an assassination plan. Oh my god, it's chess. Edgeworth did it. Lead Rook, second Knight. Less cover for Lakeside now. Eyes on this area. Rook repositioned in light of Knights and Jury. Knight to immediately escort President to plane in case of emergency. Stay frosty. We know who might be in the audience. We know who might be in the audience. Interesting. So they were worried about someone. Oh my god, that's today! March 24th, the presidential security plan. That's awesome that I streamed today. I gotta stream tomorrow when I continue this episode. Because that's fun. Okay, yeah, we got assassination plans. And they're using the Rook and the Knight. It was a two-person assassination. This is a document of some kind. What are we looking at here? This presidential security plan? It's a diagram of the president's security arrangements. It shows how the president's bodyguards were positioned. Oh, okay. Even has his people's names on it. Rook and Knight. Shut up, Gumshoe. Stop. Should I check the news? Oh, uh-oh. So his bodyguards aren't natives of Zhangfa? I heard he uses some private security firm. But why not employ people from his own country? I know why not. Y'all want to hear a little Tabby Lloyd exclusive? You really know something? Sure I do. I was over at their embassy not so long back, sniffing out a story. While I'm there, one of my sources tells me that the president's got more enemies than you got hairs on your head. Including a bunch of bigwigs in the National Police Force. Interesting. Oh, Edgeworth. How we are the same, you and I. Interesting. So he's unable to trust his own domestic law enforcement. I wonder if one of these enemies could have been behind the attempt on his life. Okay. What was it doing dumped here in that bag? You raise an interesting point. It's a document relating to a matter of national security. It would surely be highly classified. Huh? Hey, there's something else in here. It's the gun! What? My. Ooh. What's a gun doing in there? What do you think? I have a hunch. A theory, perhaps. Sir, this bag has gotta belong to the Yatagarasu. Wait, that was the last game. Yes, it could well have been disposed by a would-be assassin. A revolver. Would have taken a lot of nerve to dump it here amid all the chaos. Found in the trash can, not easy to acquire in this country. Yeah, but dumping it is better than holding on to it and getting a pat-down search, right? It makes sense. Because no one's allowed to leave. Could this be the work of a professional? That would explain the security plan, too. I think we need to take a very close look at our latest find. Okay, there's a... yeah. 2 spent bullets in the cylinder, matching the 2 gunshots heard in the recording. Got a scope. That proves it. This must be the weapon that was used. Okay. This is a laser sight. It can be lined up with the target to make aiming a bit easier. If I if I press this here... Don't do it. Yep, definitely a red laser. Could the assassin have used the laser sight to target the president? I wonder. Found in the trash can on the left side of the spectator area, fitted with the laser sights, 2 spent bullets. That bag was a real find, huh? Just goes to show. A bag in the hand is worth 2 in the trash. Nice work, detective. Now there's something else I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. I need you to take the bag and the gun to forensics to see if they can find any prints. On it, sir. A good set of fingerprints could really help this investigation along. Got the results for you, sir. That was quick. That was 2 seconds. You bet it was. Told the techs it was ultra super high priority. But, they came up empty. And they checked everywhere. Inside and outside, top to bottom, sir. They even took out the bullets out of the gun and dusted them. I should have known it wouldn't be that easy.
Okay.
That was so fast. That was the speediest I've ever seen it. They're just like, yeah, nope.
Oh, Ace Attorney Investigation 2 Prosecutor's Gambit.
Now you gotta do the fingerprint testing minigame from Apollo Justice. Yay. I gotta match it up. Gotta find who the killer was. Well.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the stream. It's been fun. Thank you for showing up.
It's terrible. Oh man, the finger. It couldn't be worse than that it was in what game was it? Oh my god, I can't remember. Spirit of Justice. That was rough.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for tuning in, sending you off on a raid. Go send some love over there, and I'll catch y'all later.
Bye guys.
Send you off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.